Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane has opened a criminal case against the City of Johannesburg over the appointment of Shadrack Sibiya as the head of the city's anti-corruption unit. A few years ago, Mkhwebane's office investigated maladministration within the city regarding Sibiya's appointment, but had subsequently cleared the city of any wrongdoing. Sibiya recently won a bid at the Labour Court after being wrongfully axed. This is from the Hawks in 2015 and now has to be reinstated as a member of the SAPS. The Public Protector's Office says in recent weeks, information has come to light that a competency report was not submitted. It's a document that could have swayed the decision in terms of approving Sibiya's appointment to the city's anti-corruption unit. Well, for more on the story, I'm joined by Mayoral Spokesperson Mabine Seabe. Mabine, good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. Look, there seems to be a lot of confusion, but a lot of it is centering on this report that was seemingly conducted into the appointment of Shadrack Sibiya before, that had found that the process to actually bring him into the job was irregular and unlawful.
Well, I mean, all of this is rather bizarre because previously, the Public Protector's Office had investigated this matter and had produced a report regarding this. And at the time of this investigation, the City of Johannesburg was fully cooperative. Everyone that was relevant officials were interviewed and the relevant documents were submitted. And we, out of the blue, received a letter from the Public Protector stating that the Office of the Public Protector will be laying charges against the City of Johannesburg as she believes that the City of Johannesburg has misled her. On receipt of this letter, which was sent to the City Manager as well as the Executive Mayor, Councillor Mpopalatse, the Acting City Manager wrote back to the Public Protector requesting an engagement because, of course, many of the officials who were involved in that investigation and had supplied the relevant documents to the Public Protector are no longer in the City of Johannesburg. But the Acting City Manager has asked the Group Legal and Contracts Department to peruse all information that was given to the Public Protector then with anticipation of having an engagement with the Public Protector.
Mabine, let's talk about this report that was put together and compiled by an unsaid law firm. Tell us more about the report. Who was the law firm that conducted an investigation into the appointment of Shadrack Sibiya?
Well, the law firm was appointed by the then acting city manager, Floyd Brink, on receipt of information, or at least allegations, from a political party represented in the Council of the City of Johannesburg. Again, this was rather bizarre, given that the Public Protector had investigated all these matters and essentially had given the all clear to the Group Forensic and Investigation Service, as well as Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya, who heads up that particular body. At the end of the day, we want this matter to be cleared. There's also matters raised around counter-surveillance equipment, which the Group Forensic and Investigation Service procured with the guidance of the State Security Agency. And we must place on record that this equipment was procured with the approval of the then City Manager, as well as the Council of the City of Johannesburg. In fact, the procurement of this equipment is found in the business plan, which all departments submit on an annual basis to outline what they're going to do for the current year and the kind of funds that they need. And we're currently waiting for a report from the State Security Agency, which gives authorization for this equipment.
So, Mabine, if I'm hearing you clearly, are you saying that the Public Protector, at the time of conducting the investigation into Shadrack Sibiya and his appointment, had in her possession this report that was compiled by a law firm that was handed over to Mr. Brink?
The report by the Public Protector was conducted prior to the report of the lawyers is a recent one. It's a review report of the Public Protector's report. And as we know, the Public Protector's report can only be reviewed in a court of law. And that has not happened. So the review of the report of the Public Protector as it's produced is the status quo and the most authoritative document on this issue.
So the point is that the public protector has laid these charges, has gone to the police to open this case because she says there's information that she was not privy to. And a lot of that information seems to center around this recent report.
Well, I mean, the main bone of contention here is a competency test. Competency test is not necessary, and perhaps it's wrongly termed as a competency report because it does not necessarily state whether you're competent or not for the job, because this test takes place prior to your recruitment and appointment. What this test is for is to see where there may be blind spots, because while someone may be qualified for the job, there may be certain aspects of the job that are not necessarily their strength. Therefore, this competency test is written to identify any blind spots so that the institution, the City of Johannesburg, can put necessary developmental processes in place to ensure that you're fully equipped to do the job and there are no blind spots.
So what was the finding?
And we don't believe that had the public protector had this particular report, and it's our view, well, at least it's our view that we complied and cooperated with the Office of the Public Protector and gave all the necessary documentation and availed the necessary officials to conduct interviews with the public protector. And as we speak now, we're currently conducting an audit, so to speak, of the information that was given to the public protector. But we find unfortunate that before we were able to properly engage with the public protector that those charges were laid. We still open our doors to an engagement with the public protector's office to ensure that we can put this matter behind us.
So the city then acknowledges the fact that there was information that wasn't given to the public protector.
At this point, we can't say whether the information was given to public protector or not. But what we can say is that all information that was requested by the public protector was given to the public protector.
No, but Mabine, that's semantics now, because she's saying that the reason why she's changing her mind about these findings is that there's this information. You talk about a competency test, and she feels that whatever information was well withheld from her is strong enough to sway her decision in a completely different direction. And what I'm saying to you is, on what grounds was this information not given to the public protector?
I think it's wrong to say that information was withheld. We fully cooperated with the public protector at the time. All the relevant information that was requested by the public protector was given. And it's not just semantics to say that particular information wasn't given or not. There's a different administration that's in office now. The city manager at the time that was there is not the same person. That's why the acting city manager has written to the public protector saying that we are currently stating, we're looking at what information was given to the public protector, what information was not given to the public protector. So at this point in time, it's a view that the public protector was misled until we can actually state what was in the pack of information that we gave to the public protector.
Ultimately, there seem to be big questions about the appointment of Shadrack Sibiya as the anti-corruption head. What is the position of the City of Johannesburg?
I don't believe there
on
are
that
questions.
Right now?
There's an authoritative report that still stands of the public protector that cleared the public, cleared this entire process.
But what about the city's own report? What about the city's own report? That the reason we're having this conversation is because of this report that has been leaked, that has surfaced and says that his appointment was irregular and unlawful.
But we must look at what has a standing in law. What has a standing in law is the reports of the public protector that has completely ventilated
and the public protector today is saying that she no longer stands by that report due to the information that has come before her.
I don't believe the public protector said that she does not stand by the report. Because the reports, as we know, reports can only be reviewed in a competent court of law.
Fair enough.
And that has not happened.
But she's saying that given the information that is in the public space right now, she could well come to a different conclusion. So you can't say that the city's own report has no bearing on this appointment, unless that's what the City of Johannesburg is saying.
What we're saying as the City of Johannesburg is that there's a public protector's report that stands, that has completely ventilated this matter. At the time of the investigation, the City of Johannesburg fully cooperated with the Office of the Public Protector. All the relevant officials, all the relevant documents were made available. And in our assessment now, in engaging with our group legal and contracts department, is to engage what information was given to the public protector. Was this competency test part of information that was given to the public protector? Was it requested at the time? And once we've established that information, the city manager will be able to be advised how to proceed with this matter.
So what do you do with this report?
It is unfortunate that the public protector has laid charges without some sort of engagement with the City of Johannesburg.
So what does the City of Johannesburg do with this report then in the interim?
Well, as it stands now, there's an investigation because that report mainly speaks to matters relating to the procurement of counter-surveillance equipment. And we're waiting for reports from the State Security Agency that would give the all green light, and we're confident the State Security Agency will do this because it was the State Security Agency that in fact was encouraged that the City of Johannesburg is procuring such equipment as part of its safety and security strategy, and encourages metropolitans in fact to have this information, and they did the training with the Group Forensic and Information Services. And there was also a court matter that in fact ruled on the reinstatement of the authorities of General Sibiya to ensure that he can conduct his work. But General Sibiya has taken voluntary leave to ensure that this matter can be investigated without any interference. And we believe that this matter will be concluded shortly and the work of chiefers can continue because corruption continues to be a problem in the City of Johannesburg, and we want to ensure that the residents of Johannesburg have an authoritative body to combat corruption.
The difficulty here is that you have seen the report, and then we're also basing it also part of the coverage is based on what the City Press reported. Are you going to make that report public? Because it very much seems to be that it would be in the public interest. I want to take your word for it in terms of what you say they found, but you know, I think it would be better if one were able to see that for themselves.
Well, we can't state now that whether we'll be making that report public or not, because as I stated, there's still an authoritative report of the public protector.
No, but I'm asking you about the city's report, Mabine. I'm asking you about the internal city report into the appointment of Shadrack Sibiya. Are you going to be making that report public? Because that is really what we're having a conversation about now.
Whether we'll be able to make that report public or not. Because
Why
there's an
not?
authoritative report, is one that has legal standing.
No. Why can't you make it public?
Mrs. Kathy, as I've stated, there's an authoritative report of the public protector that stands.
You're making that report, the city's internal report public, has nothing to do and has no bearing on the status of the public protector's report. But it does add to the conversation because at least there's transparency from the city so that when we have this conversation about what exactly it is that the city is being accused of doing, we're able to compare notes from the same document. And that's what I'm really asking here, to say make the report public so that we can all know what it is that the city has found in its own internal report, compare it to what the public protector has said, and then make up our minds from there.
No, it doesn't work like that. If there's an authoritative report and there's a possibility that another report compiled, a review report of a document that can only be reviewed in a court of law, that report in itself does not have legal standing. Therefore, there's a possibility risk that we'll be putting misinformation in the public's hands, which would be irresponsible of us as the City of Johannesburg.
All right. Mabine Seabe, unfortunately, I'm completely out of time. We have to go to a quick break. Mayoral Spokesperson Mabine Seabe is still ahead. We talk about the coalition government in the city of Tshwane.